Hello and welcome to Watercooler. Happy Friday, guys, for April 24th, 2020. The show where I, Chris Laxamana, hang out with my Corolla Digital dudes, drink some stuff, think some stuff, and just kick it.
And stink some stuff.
And stink some stuff. I knew it needed a third one. It needed the tag, and that's it. Watercooler. We drink stuff, we think stuff, and we stink stuff.
We don't.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think I agree with this.
I think we're gonna have to put that one up to a vote, and I don't think it's bad.
Caelan is the ultimate.
Caden, Caelan.
Clickable.
I like it.
All right.
Gotta be a little self-deprecating. Come on.
Caelan stinks
Exactly.
because he has no air conditioning, and it's 150 degrees in LA today.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not
That's
talking about the
annoying.
way we smell. We stink stuff. Meaning we
Stink stuff up.
we stink stuff up.
Yeah, we get it.
We
Nasty.
make it smelly.
Yeah, get that.
Put that funk on.
Oh man, stinky cheese.
I'm not feeling it, but you know what? I can learn. I can learn to love.
So can I. We can put some stank on that if you want.
All right.
Thank
Well, I'm gonna introduce you guys. I want your stankiest intro ever. With me today, Caelan Biehn here.
What's going on?
Oh, that is a mad stank. Also, Matt Fondiler's here.
The porcelain Punisher here, just shitting it up, stinking it up.
Oh,
There you go, Chris.
Gross. Gary Smith's here. Oh, nasty. Ugh. And Mike Dawson's here.
Also known as the mayor of Stinktown.
Oh, everybody. Say hello to the mayor.
What's your stinky name?
Chris. Oh, my name's Chris, and I stink. Blah. There you go. It's just a gag.
Somewhere bald Brian just snapped into action.
You know, maybe we should start doing production meetings. I know that's not a thing we were doing before, but I'm starting to think it
This
might
show
be in our
is
best
a production
interest.
meeting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see why you'd start saying that now. Everything's been going pretty stellar. I don't understand. But anyway, yeah, we got indoor Matt here, which I'm excited. It's too hot outside, isn't it?
It's way too hot out. And last week or last episode, I'm pretty sure my computer melted, and it's even hotter today. So I didn't want to risk it.
Are the cats outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they want to. I mean, the door's open. They can come in now as they please. I'm pretty sure one of them has been sitting underneath one of our little outdoor couches all day.
Free reign. When the whole coronavirus stuff was really at its peak scare, like probably right when the shelter home stuff started, were you sending your cats out still, or you didn't care?
No.
It already has AIDS, Chris. What's the difference?
Yeah, exactly. That's an excellent point, Gary. One of my cats has AIDS. I'm not worried about coronavirus
I'm
right
thinking
now.
Matt's cat has AIDS, Gary's cat has diabetes.
Okay. That is not accurate. As a matter of fact, the skinny one did have diabetes, and Joy cured that shit.
I'm sorry, Dawson. Are we interrupting something, Dawson?
Yeah,
Do you
Mike's
have
on
an
his
important,
phone and he's on mute.
I think Mike's talking to his agent right now.
Yeah. Mike has his sunglasses on. Wait.
Sorry, guys. When a number from 310 calls, you answer it. It's always money on the line.
There's some.
Wow.
The mayor of
There's
Stink.
the more you know.
That's what the mayor of
drop-
Stinktown says. Sorry, but if an unknown 310 calls, you better fucking find out who that is.
That is some
Wow.
stanky advice. Thank you for that. Dropping null.
Sorry about
Always.
that, guys.
It's okay. I missed you guys. I mean, I know it's the start of the weekend, although it feels like any day. Like there isn't really a beginning or end to any of this. But it's
Weekend
always great seeing
enjoyable
you.
for you guys anymore?
What?
Is the weekend enjoyable for you guys anymore?
It is.
Yes.
It still is because I don't do pods on Saturday, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only day any of us don't do pods.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
You don't like
I
just
walk
having one
away-
little break?
I walk away from the studio completely on Friday. I mean, I had to work with Adam this morning, but Friday is my work outside day, and it's a fucking great day.
Where are you right now?
Right now I'm in the studio doing a podcast with you guys, but I just got out of the front yard building a rock wall in 95-degree heat.
Sounds brutal.
Yeah.
It was fucking brutal, but it feels good. I love the weekends, dude.
What kind
You
of rock
wearing
wall?
jeans?
No, I was wearing shorts. However,
Yeah.
I had to get down on my knees in hot North Hollywood sand to build this rock wall So my knees are burned a little bit. Fucking.
Well, to Matt's point, though, those look like jean material. Are those jorts?
Oh, no, these are, no, you know
Oh,
what?
there we go.
Oh, there
you
you
can't
go. I
see your
can see 'em
kneecaps.
all.
Yeah, there we go.
These are
Yeah.
like, these are Wrangler shorts.
How many
They're not
pockets those
jean
bad boys
shorts,
got?
They're not jorts.
Dude, your knees are burnt. I could see them in this from the Zoom cam.
Oh yeah, dude, that's literal burns.
Damn, dude.
Ouch.
Yeah.
But
Dang, dude. Committing.
it's
I
good,
like
man.
it. Yeah.
I moved about 1,000 pounds of rock today, and then I started building a wall.
So that's your workout too.
It feels good. However, you got to get a fucking ice pack. Because I'll tell you what, I'm certainly way too fucking white for this weather.
Yeah. It's a scorcher out there today, and can't wait to. And Caelan doesn't have his AC. Your AC's out.
My AC is broken.
You found out today.
No, so I found out. Well, I hadn't been using it at all, so I found out earlier this week. I called up the people to come and fix it. They couldn't come out until today because there's a bunch of people they had to do it all at once. He arrived right in the middle of when I was recording Reasonable Doubt, of course, so that made everything all the more hectic. He went outside, said there's a problem on the roof, went up to the roof, came back, messed around his eye a little bit and said, oh yeah, there's some kind of mechanical issue on the roof, so we have to send in the order the parts, wait for them, then come back to your house, then spend like 5 to 6 hours in your apartment. So it could be like another week until I get.
Is it
Hey,
only
Caelan-
yours that's out?
Yeah. Hold on.
No, there's a couple. I talked to him today. Said there's a couple people. Earlier they said they had 4 to 5 people he was seeing today. So I guess that's how many people it's out for.
Caelan, do you have a fan blowing?
Yeah, could you turn that fan off? You have a fan going on, and it's probably going at you because I could see the blinds next to you moving.
You can have
so
it blow like from the side.
Let's just have you turn it off. Just turn it off because it's really affecting the audio. We need you to
There you
turn it
go.
off.
I'm just gonna start sweating bullets now.
And could
for
you?
all you
So
guys.
much better.
Kaylin, could you also put a sweater on?
Yeah. And could you put
Yeah,
a
I'm keeping
casserole in
this
the
on.
oven?
And also, I don't want to be a stickler here, but usually chewing gum during a podcast is verboten. So if you could spit that out right now, I think we'd all appreciate it.
This is
Yeah,
why
I'm
you
not-
wanted the production meeting. It's all for No, it's fine. It's all right. Gamer Caelan with his gamer headset.
Hey,
Wireless.
let me ask you guys a question because I did this for the first time in decades last night while I was pulling weeds. I listened to The Chronic all the way through.
Great album, man.
You haven't listened to
But
that.
when's
in decades.
the last time you've put that on back to back and just listened to The Chronic?
From
I mean,
start
it's been
Yeah.
decades.
It's been slightly less for me because there was that HBO doc a couple years ago that came out about
Right.
Dre and his producer.
And so you went back and listened.
Yeah, because it was all about just kind of the beginning of the West Coast hip hop thing. And by the
Right.
end of that whole series, I kind of went through another, like a relapse of listening to Dr. Dre stuff. So I probably the only exception, though. I don't know. These guys probably haven't heard it in a long time either, though.
I haven't heard it in a long time.
I've certainly listened to the whole album, but I haven't like started it from the beginning and went all the way to the end probably since I had that CD.
What'd
Yeah.
you think, Dawson?
I was impressed. Still
It's kinda
very
cool.
impressed.
A lot of that old school hip hop. Now that
What-
the sound of hip hop has changed so much, you go back to this older stuff and it just sounds even better than it did at the time because it's actually like lyrically focused and the beats aren't just completely distorted and weird all the time.
Controversial statement, and don't at me, but not the best Dre album.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably agree.
That's the only one I own.
It's
But
most iconic. But
Nope.
you don't
there's
think
a
so?
whole bunch of little things on that album. Like first of all the fucking the easy disses that are just solid across that whole fucking record. You're like, I mean, they get childish about it at times, and it's like, okay, well, this really hurt people's feelings, and this was the way to go. So it's a real snapshot of the time period. But then
Yeah.
also you hear little things that like we used to fucking walk around Isla Vista singing when we were fucking 22, like I can't be faded. And you hear that and you're like, Oh, well, it's a good thing we never sang that second line. Now I remember why I only remember the first line.
Yeah.
But
It's good
it's
stuff.
good. It's certainly a snapshot. But Dre's producing song to song. It's a great album, cover to cover.
There you go. Have you guys heard the new Fiona Apple? This is totally U-turn here, but the new Fiona Apple album has been getting a lot of heads turning as well.
I am aware that it's out. I'm excited to listen to it, but her last album was people loved that album, and it's just kind of slow and sleepy and a little bit not so much on the melody side.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the new one sounds like.
I know.
What was her hit?
I like Fiona Apple a lot.
Matt failed the test. Chris was doing a test of which
Oh,
like
nuts.
awful music, and Matt.
What was her hit?
Criminal.
I love that song.
Yeah, and the
That's a
music
great
video.
fucking song.
Great music video as well. May I say?
Iconic. That's an iconic.
It blew a young Matt Fondiler's mind.
Oh my God, unreal.
She was married to Paul Thomas Anderson for a long time. Is a director that a lot of people love, myself included.
You
although
love
they're
him,
not
yeah.
together anymore.
Wow. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good things about that album as well, and I look forward to. I'm going to do, Dawson. I'm going to put in my ultimate ears, just block out all outside noise, and I just want to get
You want to feel the Fiona?
a whiskey, and I'm just going to listen to that album front to back.
Nice.
and just
Nice.
see
Do
what
it.
happens. Yeah.
Do it.
Who's failing the test now, Gary? Huh? You hear that?
I don't know.
No, he was hearkening back to the Chronic. Matt,
Yeah.
don't get excited.
I mean, Gary, what's an album front to back? Last front to back album you listened to and you enjoyed?
Um,
Gambino.
no, whatever.
Yay.
The album's fine.
Yay.
No, I think the last album I listened to front to back was the new Weeknd album.
Oh, I love The Weeknd.
The Weeknd's great. I
Yeah.
love that album. Before that, it was probably the newest Eminem album, which I also really enjoyed. I thought that was a good return to form from him.
I did too. I love how he drops it without telling anybody.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What is that in the rap community? Just like, boom, album. Nope.
It seems to be in the music community. Didn't Beyonce's last album do that?
Are they all doing it now? Every
Yeah.
music?
Are you
Oh.
talking about Kamikaze or Music to be Murdered by? Because one is significantly better than the other one.
I like Kamikaze better.
Kamikaze, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was referring to. I've listened
Okay.
to Music to Be Murdered by, but that's not the one I was.
Yeah, that's
Caelan, what was the last record you listened to back to back, front cover to cover?
probably Courage to Grow by Revolution. I fucking love that album.
Revolution.
I love
I
that
don't
album.
know what
yeah.
that is. What
Okay,
is that?
I lost. Here was the answer that I thought Caelan was going to give.
I don't listen.
I don't
albums.
listen to albums. Yeah, that's definitely something Caelan would have said.
I was going to be so proud when I showed that.
Yeah, had Dawson had that show been on a game show, this is Caelan's response to what's the last album he listened to front to back, and it was I don't listen to
Spot
albums,
on.
and the other
there.
response was anything else. I would have picked your response. That just seemed more Caelan than anything.
That's amazing.
That album is like, I don't know, like 10 years old, maybe more though. So like, I don't listen to a lot of albums.
Yeah, that's a reggae band.
Wasn't in the room to hear it.
I know. I like them. I've seen them live.
Yeah, that was actually the only album of theirs that I liked. The other ones, not so much, but I do love that album with the exception of one song.
Do you do that reggae thing, the dance where it's like it's just like bouncing?
It's more of
If anyone
more
ever
of a-
had needed a reason to watch this on YouTube, Chris is now attempting to do. I
a
don't know,
bounce.
The reggae band.
Reggae
A
bounce.
reggae bounce. It's more of a
Yeah,
head. It's more of a head bounce
Chris. You need
than
to put more.
than a
stamp
full
on
body
it.
bounce. Yeah, more of a head bounce.
Yeah, you have that in reggae. Ska, you have that thing where they like kick at the ground and
Skanking.
skanking.
Skanking, oh, yeah.
Skanking.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to change that name soon. And then
Is that really what it's called?
yeah.
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 Wow.
But you know
I
that
guess
dance, right?
if you dance to, I don't know, give me another genre of music. Punk.
Punk. You got
It's
the mosh.
it's
You got-
whoring. You don't skank, you whore.
I like that.
I don't know what that is. Had to, like, a mosh pit?
Dawson is not being a Bobo boy right now. That's all I'm saying.
Respect all women, bro.
Yeah, we
I
respect
didn't
them.
say I don't respect whores.
Also, must we remind everybody, Bobo boys.
Respect all
Respect
women.
all women.
Pro puppy.
Pro puppy.
Thank you.
Team moist. We are. I've been
Correct.
seeing a lot of comments. We got a lot of people that are team
Oh,
moist.
has there been?
Oh, I've been
good.
seeing them. There we go. So it's good to know. Now, today we have show and tell, which I'm very excited about. Also, Caelan, do you have a flickin'?
I do not.
Well, I think
But
you
Matt's
do.
wall of DVDs is behind.
I know. I was like, I think you do.
All right, I'm gonna
Let's
reach
do
down
it. Matt
here.
is in front of his wall of DVDs.
was
I'm
going
trying to
down
like
last
mix
time.
up and get different letters. It's
I could, while Matt's doing that, I could flick a flickin'.
Oh, please do,
Ooh.
because I have some retribution.
Oh, that's not even a real movie.
What does that mean?
Yeah, does that mean you're gonna flick something Caelan did?
He's gonna flick
Flick
Caelan's
something
review of
Caelan
it.
flicked?
Video drone?
You've
What
got
the
Matt just
Video
I have
Drone,
no
which
idea
is
Yeah.
the David Cronenberg movie. Kaelan's never seen it though, so
No,
I
I
guess
like
that
that
won't
cover.
work.
Pick it up.
All right, hold on. We're gonna go to this side now.
Is there any chance that you accidentally pull out porn? And if so, I want a better camera angle because I don't want you like doing it, realizing dropping it, and picking up something else.
I would never put it. Oh, this is another. We have a lot of horror movies that Kaelan's never
What is
seen.
it?
It's the problem.
I like horror
Alright.
movies. I
What
think
is
that
it,
counts
There's
as
another
porn.
one. Dead Alive,
Dude.
which is
Yeah,
a Peter Jackson's earliest film.
I remember seeing that at Blockbuster.
Yeah, this is exactly, Chris. Go on. This is. I know exactly what you're gonna say.
No, that's it.
Just you would go to Blockbuster. You son of a bitch.
That's
You
it.
used to go to Blockbusters and you'd see covers of movies, and the movie cover would just scare you.
Yeah, it
Right?
it did.
That's what you were gonna
That,
say.
Hellraiser.
Hey!
Blockbuster covers were all white with blue print.
Well, like the cases are, but they always had the movie in front of it,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
you would
right.
know like what you were renting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then they had the ones you just take.
All right, should we try one more here?
Let's do one more.
See if we actually get a real movie.
Now it's does Caelan know
let's
it?
see.
That's the
Oh
game.
god damn it! This is just striking out here. Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh,
You remember this one?
come on. I can do Kung Fu Hustle.
Kung Fu
any day.
Hustle is so flickable.
So flickable. I'll give that 8.9 out of 10.
Ooh.
That is a fun ass
Wow.
movie.
Kung Fu Hustle's great.
If you've not seen Kung Fu Hustle, do yourself a flavor.
And you want to describe it for people if people are not familiar with it? And Caelan or Dawson sighed very loudly, so I feel like he's got an opinion.
Dawson, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, then there's no reason for me to
Never
side
mind.
because it really
I
is
didn't-
one of those
I don't
movies.
know. I'm an old man and I leaned back.
I
made
see. It was the
noises.
leaning.
No, but I don't blame.
Make
Look,
noises.
Kung Fu Hustle is one of those movies where you look at the cover, maybe even see the trailer, and you're just thinking, "This looks like the dumbest thing I've ever seen." And then you watch it and you realize how wrong you are. Like, I don't know if they purposely set your expectations super low, but I remember watching that with a bunch of my friends, and we were laughing. It was just such a great experience.
This is the tagline, which I think sums it up.
Yeah.
pretty
Kill
well.
Bill
That's
meets Looney Tunes. Wow.
That is
BW.
correct.
I agree.
Okay.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
By the way, how
Beautiful
weird is it
flavors.
that's like a trope in Hollywood movies that cost hundreds
Yeah.
of millions of dollars? Is you need to be able to boil it down to two things that already happened.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
And then, like,
It's
that's you
this
gotta put down the
meets
cover.
this.
Yeah. I agree. It's totally weird.
That was a good flicking, Caelan.
That was a
Yeah.
good flick.
Job.
That's a good,
I actually agree with that one.
Gary, were you gonna flicking?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
can you
I
flick that
will.
flick?
I will. I will flick the most recent flick in the bean just from
Yeah,
Wednesday's episode.
All
Where
right.
Caelan recommended that we watch The Gentleman. It is all the things Caelan said last time because I did no prep on this. But it is an excellent movie. You can rent right now for $4.99. I shat on Caelan a little bit because Charlie Hunnam, Chris said Caelan said is doing an English accent, which was a stupid thing to say because
a horrible English accent.
horrible
Yeah.
English accent, which I found to be a stupid thing to say because Charlie Hunnam is an English actor.
Yeah.
But I will say that within the first scene of the movie, Charlie Hunnam's whatever he was doing was distracting the shit out of me. To the point that me and Caelan were texting
Wow.
back and forth for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, I'm going to say that Caelan's flicking the bean on The Gentleman was flickable but only at 6.8 out of 10 beans, because had he not pointed that bullshit out to me, I might have actually liked this movie more. I just found myself staring at Charlie Hunnam's ever-evolving. The closest thing I can attribute it to is Nicolas Cage's turn in Con Air, where the accent changes scene to scene. It was like that. In some scenes, he was pretending he was from America. In some scenes, he was full-on Cockney English. It was fucking bizarre.
It's so distracting. Like,
Chris, can we hear
Everybody is English.
your Charlie Hunnam doing an English accent, please? Let's hear that.
I've never seen the movie, but I imagine it sounds something like this.
That's actually not bad, but it's really bad.
That was more of an Alfred, in my opinion, but it was, you know.
Yeah, it was a little Michael Caine. I didn't know where that came from. Well, if I try to do Michael Caine, then it might come out something different. Hey, Batman, I think that you shouldn't be doing that.
No. Hold my White Claw. So, just want to watch the world burn. You're welcome.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
loved it. You deserve that. Cheers, man. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Gary has his White Claw. Kaelan has his unsweetened black iced tea. Matt has Tangerine Express. I have black coffee. Dawson has C-.
C-.
I love it.
See my noose.
You guys can, as you can see, I went to the store since our last episode.
Yeah.
Nice to have the house stocked again.
Great. And
You know what? Let me share this. Speaking of alcohol, I shared this story with Gary, and I think I'll share it with you guys as well, because
I like this. I like where this is going just based off of Gary's reaction.
Well, I wouldn't call what happened sharing so much as it was a manifesto,
long rambling text.
a rant, a manifesto.
All right. I think part of the problem is that I've worked for Adam for too long, but it may also be because I'm a raging alcoholic. So it's a combination of both problems have converged in this moment.
Hey, dude, admitting you are powerless is the step number one. Congratulations.
Thank you.
He didn't admit being powerless, just an alcoholic.
Right. No.
So,
Powerless.
you know, in these trying times, we have to order our alcohol online, and you place the order for pickup, and rightfully they'll email you and they'll let you know when your order's been received, and they generally say, don't come to pick it up until you get an email saying that it's ready to be packed up.
Sure.
Like it's ready to go, because they don't want people just standing around waiting for their orders, which I totally get. So I placed an order for like essentially a case of wine, 12 bottles of wine at around, let's say 2 o'clock. 6:30, still have not heard that this is ready for pickup. And my wife and I were running errands. We were in the area, and I called them up and I said, hey, I placed an online order for 12 bottles of wine 4.5 hours ago. I just want to know if I can come pick that up. And they're like, did you get the notice that it's ready to be picked up? I'm like, no, that's why I'm calling you right now. It's like, well, it could take up to 24 hours. And I'm like, it's 12 bottles of wine. I could pack it up in 15 minutes and be done. And they're like, well, unfortunately, we can't just give you the list of what you purchased. You can cancel your order.
That's fucking
Commit.
bullshit.
I'm like, all right, fine, forget it. So anyway, at like 7:30 when we got home, I got the email that the order was ready for pickup.
Hold on, back up to
And-
about 7:25 when Matt starts texting me, indignant, just screaming at me about Total Wine and their bullshit policies. And then right in the middle of it, he's like, fuck, I just got the email. This is bullshit.
Oh, did
What's your
you?
take? I mean, again, I feel like I
But
worked for
no,
Adam
I think
for so long, but the store's empty. How long does it take to pack a case of wine? That's what are you
Here
doing for
is
4
the
hours?
take. Here's the take. A lot of fucking people, a lot of businesses are using this as an excuse to fucking go slow. It's not difficult. It's not difficult to fucking put 12 fucking bottles of wine in a box and send an email.
Yeah.
Well, here's-
If you're
It's
taking
just
6
like-
hours to do that, then you should be fired.
But see, it's a little different at every business. I tend to think, and I've always thought that the employees at Total Wine, I mean, this could just be sheer laziness for them. Because
Absolutely.
on the flip side of this, I placed an online order at Home Depot yesterday because I needed some stuff for the yard, and I got an email within under an hour. And I've done this before for Home Depot online orders, and it's usually like 2.5, 3 hours you'll get an email, like your shit's ready, you can come pick it up. It was 400 or 500% faster than I've ever had before during quarantine. I think because they're employees are trained to hustle, and they're always walking around and they're always answering questions. My shit was ready immediately. I drove up to their curbside pickup, and before I could even get through on the phone line, which is what the email told me, an employee came out to my car, asked for my order number, and she was back. It had to have been under 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It was
That's
impressive.
smart.
I also went to Home Depot and had a great curbside experience there as well. So I think they've figured out their streamlining. But yesterday, I went to a electronics store. We'll call them Extremely Good Purchase, and yeah, because I'll also go there. So I don't want to out them. But
why does Chris Laxamana? Does the other Chris Laxamana work there now?
No. This although I do want to meet him.
I hate that store.
You do?
Yeah. I used to love it. I loved it as a kid.
Yeah.
I just don't feel their selection's very good anymore. But
it's not as good as anything you can get online, but as a store, I'm fine with.
Kind of like Kung Fu Panda.
That is awesome.
Caelan with the hot takes.
That's a great animated movie.
So what happened at EGP, Chris?
Caelan likes anything kung fu. I did the curbside thing where I got the email back within an hour. I thought that's great. I drive over there. I'm 5 minutes away, and I got my email on my phone, and it says click when you're here. And I'm thinking, do I click this now? Because how long is it going to take by the time I get there? What's going to happen? Or am I going to click it and they're going to be like, where are you, buddy? Oh, I'm still 5 minutes away, and then I'm the a-hole. So I don't click it. I click it the second I pull into the parking lot. Click it, go to the curbside thing, and it says your order will be ready in 5 to 10 minutes. And I think, okay, that was the wrong decision. I should have clicked it on the way over. And then I'm waiting, and a Beamer pulls up, gets his stuff. A van pulls up, gets his stuff. And this guy's just going to their window and asking what they ordered, whereas I had to type in what my car looked like and that I was here. And these people were just coming and just telling what they ordered and got there. So they did not streamline their process. I had a very terrible experience at Extremely Good Purchase, and it bummed me out because I usually do like that store.
Well, they don't care, man.
They don't care. And another guy got really upset. He got out of his car and he had the full face mask on, and he was so mad, but you couldn't see his expression because of the mask. But it was to the point where I felt bad how rude and not rude, but how upset he was. Like the guy was like, "I'm sorry, we're just so busy," and the guy's like, "Don't care, manager." And the employee was just like, I'm trying to get it out as fast as I can. Manager. Doesn't even want to hear the explanation. It's like pointing to the inside, like manager now, manager, like kind of like the doorman scene of Knocked Up.
So wait. Is the guy asking for the manager? He's a customer, or is it a worker?
Yeah, he's a customer. Just like I don't even want to talk to you anymore. Just manager, and like I don't even want to hear you. Just I'm interrupting you with the word manager every time you open your mouth. And so the guy's like, okay, gets the manager, comes back to me and goes, I'm really sorry for the wait. And my response was, it's okay.
You didn't shout manager at him? That would have been
I know. I felt so bad. Like I couldn't even complain about how awful my experience was. I thought, it's okay, buddy. You'll be all right. I'm going to go now. Take longer next time.
Is there anything more uncomfortable than watching somebody berate a service employee who is doing their best?
No. It's tough to watch.
It's one thing, like if you legitimately have like an awful waiter or something, or like you know something like that, but like when most things are going right and the person's actually trying and someone starts berating them in front of me, I want to stand up and leave. I feel so uncomfortable.
Same with waiters.
We had a similar experience while waiting in line to get into a Trader Joe's recently, where here in California for a really long time, they banned plastic bags. So everybody had to bring their bags with them. But then when coronavirus started, they've reverted back and they're now saying, we don't want you to bring in your own bags. You have to use our bags. So this has been in the news for several days. And when we were in line, the woman in front of us had her bags with her. And the guy who worked for Trader Joe's was gently explaining to her that she wasn't allowed to bring her bags in. And she was just flipped out. And he was offering suggestions about, what she could do. And she was just like, none of this is acceptable. And I mean, Julie had to stop me. She had to pull on my shirt.
I don't know. I understand people's frustration, but pick your battles.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't take it out on the poor people.
It's a bag at a store. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. No, I
And-
mean, don't take it out on the poor people who are still out
Right.
there doing the jobs. All of us are so happy we don't have to do. It's
Exactly.
just. But Matt, to go back to something you said earlier about Total Wine, I do think the fact that we work for Adam does bleed into our personal life and alters our expectations and our perceptions. Like I had to
Yeah.
tell a few of my wedding vendors, like, hey man, I work for someone who's like expects a lot. So if you tell me you're going to do something, I'm going to take you at your word and you better deliver on it or I'm going to get sneaky, like real quick.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like if you can't do something, that's fine. Just tell me you can't do it or you're not going to do it. But like if you tell me you're arriving at this time on this date, if 10 minutes later, I'm going to be pretty frustrated. So let's just be clear about that.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
it goes. Well,
And listen, I didn't mean to bring up the story in a way to suggest that I'm not grateful for what is really not an essential business staying open. I know this is a sensitive time.
Oh, no,
It was
no,
just
no,
a
no,
frustrating
no, no, no.
moment.
You're
You
fine,
know, I don't
dude.
mean to
You're
sound
fine.
ungrateful for it.
You're
I get it.
fine.
I'm one of the dicks that has to go out and buy alcohol for themselves and can't just stay put. You
No,
know, so.
I'm on Team Matt on this one.
Matt, you're fine. You bitching about it on a podcast later is a far cry from the asshole at the extremely good purchase parking lot who is
Yeah.
shouting at a poor employee who's at work trying to help people. Like,
unless this
Yeah.
video goes viral and it shuts down all Total Wines. Just,
All I'm
fine.
asking for is like a discount code or, you know, a little coupon or something.
Shouldn't we call
Can't
Total
hurt.
Wine like lots of liquor? If we're gonna go to
I have
pretty
no problem
goodbye,
with
extremely
outing.
goodbye.
oh yeah,
with
extremely
outing,
goodbye.
oh,
here you
look
go,
at that.
Matt. This is what I have
Yeah.
to say to Total
Thank
Wine.
Complete.
you. Oh,
Yeah.
Wow,
GTF.
$600
Tadao.
on it, and he's
You gotta
just
throw a
throwing it.
Tadao down on that.
Yeah.
GTF.
That's
I
20,
put some-
motherfucker.
I put some stank on that, Dawson.
That's right.
Complete vino.
I can't be faded.
Can't
That's
be
right.
faded. Yeah. All right. I think it's time for some show and tell. Are you guys ready? We do this
I'm ready.
every
I got a
Friday.
long reach
Yeah.
for mine.
We do this every Friday. Who would like to go first?
Well, I'm going to
The guy
get
with
another
the
beer,
diffuser.
so I'm not going to go first because I'm going to get
The diffuser?
Mine's far
Oh,
away.
I thought you meant a aroma diffuser. Like I have you put the little oil in and the water.
I just wanted to see how it felt to ruin Dawson's game.
It was already ruined.
It's already
However, I posted the rules extremely fucking clearly in my Instagram. I only I laid down the rules one time. They're there. We already gave away the answer on this show, and there are still 0 winners.
What is the
10
prize?
audiobooks up for
Hold-
lines.
Hold my
All you
white
gotta
claw.
do is just do a little bit of fucking research and follow the rules.
Yeah.
By the
nobody's
time
time.
this comes out, everyone's fucked.
Everybody has time. Yeah. All right. Well, Matt, I don't think is going to go first. Let's go with Caelan, Mr. Biehn.
Alrighty, me
Show and
first.
tell. Yes.
Well,
Alright.
Matt needs to see his show and tell.
yeah,
so
we'll wait for Matt. Let's wait
Oh,
for
that's
Matt then.
true.
we're gonna wait for Matt.
Matt just disappeared. Matt walked away.
I will tell you guys this. I already told you, but I'll tell the water cooler people. 10 pages left in I'm Your Emotional Support Animal.
Yes.
Nice.
Today we recorded the part of the women most disgusted to have sex with Adam. We took the best over 3 years, or they took the best over 3 years. And I told Adam, I got to that part and I said, you know what? Why don't you give me this like you're introducing the lineup at an NBA game? And he's like, okay. And he fucking got into it. And he announced a fucking line. I'm going to put music behind it. You know,
Wow. That's
fucking
gonna be
crowd
awesome.
cheering. It's going to be fucking great. This is a fun fucking audiobook, but whatever.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but this right here is his new book's gonna go right there.
Nice.
Ooh.
That's not my show and tell. I just noticed that it's behind me.
Okay, what do you got?
Caelan, let's hear
You're
it.
up, Matt.
All right.
Oh, Caelan, I thought.
Caelan.
Caelan, you're up.
All right, I'll go. As alluded to
Got the
earlier,
fan back on again.
Caelan, you turned the fan
obviously.
back on? Is that your show and tell?
It's
the
hot
fan
shit.
is absolutely my show and tell.
Oh my
Fan?
god.
His name is Max, first of all, so show him a little respect.
I love
This
it.
fan I got in like 2007. Okay, it is still kicking. I'm one of those guys that has to sleep with a fan on at night. So this thing has been used at least once every single day since 2007 and still going strong. And I love my Max. So
Wow.
and
Caelan,
it oscillates, and it has a timer on it.
Did you name it
I've
Mac?
never
or name
seen
it
that on a
Max?
fan before.
It
Yeah.
oscillates while it's not blowing.
Oh, I have it on. I'm not turning this fucker off.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
And you named him Max because you always have it at max?
Actually, his name is Max. You can see it right there. It's named Max.
Yeah, I see you wrote that in with crayon. When did that happen?
It's 2007, so Caelan was, what, 3?
Yeah.
Well, that's a very good show and tell, and I'm
Thank
glad Max is keeping it cool.
Kicking.
Nice. Keeping it cool.
Kicking. All right. Who wants to go next? I'll go next.
There you go.
All right. So this one, I'm going to put my headphones on here. And I wrote a song for you guys.
Really?
All right.
Figured. Well, it's kind of. I co-wrote it, but I figured, what better place to play a song for you guys?
Wow, he's pulling out the guitar, doing it live.
Can you hear it?
Who's worried?
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little more.
I'm more worried that he didn't go last because what the fuck are the rest of us
No,
gonna
it's
do
not.
when
It's
he's
not
done
that big of a
singing?
deal. Not that big a deal. Here we go. TV specials are on HBO. Nickelodeon brings you the Muppet Show. Kick Out Kids are on Channel 9. The Weather Channel shows clouds fly by. Channel 29 brings you USA. Fox 11 has good shows all day. The movie channel is Channel 23. Channel 24 is QVC. And my channel's number 14. On Channel 47 you'll find MTV. VH1 will make you go berserk. Channel 43 is TV Foods Network. The Learning Channel's number 22. CNBC shows how money works for you. Channel 25 has discoveries. Channel 23, there are lots of movies. Say CBS is on Channel 2. I don't know what Trinity is. Do you? You'll find Boy Meets World on KABC. KABC. But the best channel in the world. The best channel in the world. The best channel in the world. It's probably be Disney. Macy's fat.
Oh, beautiful. Oh my goodness.
So
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow.
that was
You know,
Thank you for
I'm the
that.
lucky one here. We're the lucky ones.
Oh.
And me, Gary, and Caelan, we got to be impressed with that poetry twice. I mean, I thought nothing would beat that moment, Matt, when you read that poem for the first time. I thought, oh my
Right.
God, it can never get better than this.
I
That's-
love when you said that you co-wrote it, and I was thinking, who co-wrote a song for
Yeah.
us?
I was
Worried me too.
definitely wondering too.
I
Wow.
co-wrote it with 10-year-old Matt.
That's funny. That's
That was,
fucking
Well, on
good.
behalf of 10-year-old me, thank you. You brought that to life in a way that neither myself nor my former self would have ever imagined. So thank you.
I will go.
My eyes are literally tearing. That's not even a joke. That was
Well,
great.
my
That was
wife
wonderful.
thinks I've gone absolutely insane at how hard she's hearing me laughing from my office right now.
Well,
Oh my
I
god.
credit to you too, man.
amazing, guys.
beautiful, beautiful words. It really spoke to me, and I had to put music behind it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Again,
So
if we
proud
had
of
done the production meeting, though, we would have all agreed that should have just been the button for the show. There's no way
No,
any of us are going to be able to top that.
No, I'm gonna go ahead.
I'll tell you.
go
I
ahead.
want to. You want to know the
I'll take the
process?
heat.
I literally had nothing, and about 10 minutes ago, I thought how funny it would be if I just made a song and made it really sensitive, and just put Matt's poetry lyrics. So I went onto the YouTube page that we did, or the YouTube video that we did, and I transcribed it right before the show, and it just like I had that, whatever. It was just a regular standard chord progression, and so that was like one of the first. That was the first time, or one of the first times I've ever heard it.
That was
too.
an original. Wow.
That's great.
But yeah,
great.
Matt, that's just as much as yours as it is mine.
All right. Well, should that become a number one hit, I hereby allow us to split the residuals.
Well,
60,
we don't.
40 in my favor.
I mean, no, there's a lot of different royalties here.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
Chris can take a writing credit for the arrangement. Would have to agree to that, but then he also gets the technical credit, the performer credit. Now, Matt, I'll represent you. I'll try to get you as much
Dawson
of your
needs a
song
piece.
as
Yeah.
possible.
I feel like I would like to have
I'm
Dawson
gonna
represent
get my
me in
cut.
this matter. Yeah, he
Mhm.
understands the biz.
For,
So
for a small fee, I can set you up with Mark Garrigus, and we'll all figure it out.
Let's go.
I hear Caelan's available ever since the T-Rex got loose. So
I know.
he's
I need a new
he's
job.
also.
I
yeah.
always wondered whenever I saw bands break up over money, over things like that. I always thought that's just the most silliest thing, and now I get it. The hatred, the betrayal, the resentment. It's
Well,
all
Matt,
real.
You were right that I agree. You were right that Chris just definitely topped us all. I know that that's the case for me. So Dawson, why don't you go next and I'll go last?
Yeah, I'll slowly knock it
Perfect.
down.
I'm glad I went
Perfect.
first.
I loved Matt.
Well, as you guys probably know, before I worked for Corolla, I was the night jock, 7 to midnight at 1037 The Planet in San Diego. And one of my nights, every Friday night at 8 o'clock, I played an hour of Van Halen, and I called it the Van Halen Vault. And it was just, an hour of Sam and Dave. And I get a call one night from a dude in El Cajon, says he owns a hot sauce factory, and he's making Michael Anthony's hot sauce. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, yeah, can I send you a bottle? He sends me a bottle. He sent me like 6 bottles,
Yeah.
but he sent me this one. Bottle 79 of 100,
Whoa.
signed by Michael Anthony, and never opened.
Wow.
It's now rotten. This
I don't
is
think so.
2003. This bottle of hot sauce is 15 years old.
I think so good.
I will never open it. But yeah, it's got that Van Halen pepper logo on it.
It's actually very good
awesome.
hot sauce.
As
You need to have
It is.
some-
I'll tell you what, you soak chicken in this stuff for 24 hours. Just put a bunch of chicken thighs in this. Best marinade you've ever fucking had.
All right.
So good, dude.
Can't
I hate to
be-
be
The
And you
15-year
can
version.
buy this stuff. I do need to, reminds me, I need to order some of this. But this has been in my studio for the last 15 years.
Love it.
Nice. And that's in case there's ever a power outage or some sort of freaky thing, and you have some supplies to live off of in your
Right.
studio.
Right.
Smart.
No, Chris remembers that we walked by Michael Anthony at NAMM last year. And I kind of wanted to get in there and talk to him. And I got muscled out by 2 of his guys. Hey.
Yeah.
And I just want to tell the guy I got bottle 79 of 100 of his hot sauce, and thank you.
Yeah.
But
yeah, he's a hard guy to get to at NAMM.
so there we go.
I love
Now
it.
we've gone from awesome song. Now we're down here.
No.
Good.
I brought us a little closer to earth.
All right, who wants to go next?
All right. Well, Gary volunteered to go last, so I'll go next. So I've already reached behind me several times, but I am going to have to do it one more time for my
Ooh.
show and tell. At the Corolla show, oftentimes we get cool promotional material before a guest comes on. And one of my all-time favorite things that I ever got, and by got, I mean took, because no one else seemed to notice that it was at work,
Uh-oh.
is this Breaking Bad thing.
Okay.
Now, this was given in preparation for the final season of the show, and you can't really tell, but it's got like a very cool texture to it. And inside are basically it's like the first 2 episodes of the new season with like a booklet kind of,
Whoa.
hyping up the show and all about it. But what was really cool is that it also came with this little pamphlet of a bunch of artwork that are
Wow.
all inspired by different parts of the show. Gary's going in the other room to hang himself. Jealousy.
That on eBay, dude. Somebody will give you $1,000 for that.
Yeah, all of these. There you go. So he's got a blown up version. I think it might be the same artist. That's pretty dope too.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, is this your show and tell, Gary?
Oh,
This is also.
contribution to yours.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So this thing's really cool, and they're basically, they say on the back that they're pilot episode art projects, and they release 16 limited edition screen prints. And anyway, I just had this for a long
for all that stuff.
That one
Keep
that
that whole thing together, dude.
that one that I held up isn't in there. I could have sworn it was from.
No,
series.
I thought it was too, honestly, but it looks like it's the same kind of art, but it is actually different than part of that set.
That's
But
beautiful.
anyway,
bro.
I always thought this was super cool, and obviously the legacy of Breaking Bad has cemented itself even further after that amazing final season. So.
Yeah.
And I will say
That
Matt was
is-
correct in saying the word "took" as opposed to "got" because I definitely never saw that shit. Or I would.
I know. Caelan, how do you feel about this?
Well, did the shot glasses that you gave me come? Didn't they come? From
No, that was different.
Oh.
You know,
okay,
Matt
well,
took those shot glasses. Like, this is nothing like the thing I got. I'm
Yeah.
gonna just toss them to Caelan.
I was gonna
This-
say he gave me part
This
of it.
little losers.
Although I mean, yeah, you're totally right, Matt. In that I could see how you display it a little differently than all of your other stuff. In the,
Yeah, I
the
think it's
shelf.
pretty cool.
Rightfully so.
I've thought about possibly bringing it in if Cranston ever comes back in, if we're ever all in studio ever again, maybe have him sign it, but I don't know.
No, that'll make it
Less valuable.
it'll make it less valuable unless what you do is you break out each of those limited edition artwork things that are inside that are totally frameable and cool. Have him sign each one of those, break those out separately.
Wait, why would Cranston signing that make it less valuable?
Because he would be modifying this original package.
All right.
Is
But
it-
he's literally the guy on it.
Well, dude, look, maybe in this case I'm wrong. Maybe it's one of those cases that it would make it more valuable.
Oh, you're right though, because
But
when
for the
we-
most part, people want unsigned stuff.
yeah,
When we had that like appraiser come on, wasn't she talking about how like
Yeah.
signed albums and stuff decrease
Si-
the value? And
Yeah,
No.
unless it's the Beatles or something,
no, she said
not worth it.
it decreases the value if somebody that doesn't matter signs it, or sometimes the more signatures it has, it decreases the value. If you have like a single important signature, it actually increases. I don't know. There's a bunch of different.
Yes,
things. Who knows?
yes. I believe you're correct.
Anyway, I love it. And Breaking Bad also probably the best DVD set ever released, right? Like they had those 2 barrels full of the.
Oh, that's
complete
right.
series.
They did do that way
was
later. I forgot about
badass.
that.
Was it
Yeah.
the best, or does it just stick in our mind because it was probably the last one? It was super cool for
I think
sure.
it's both.
but
Yeah. What was better than that?
Nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty amazing.
It's also a nice piece. So Breaking Bad, still truly incredible, just like Better
Good
Call
show.
Saul. All right, Gary,
Um.
what's up with you?
All right. Well, mine's
Your show and tell.
sure to disappoint, but you guys ever like say anything around your wife or your girlfriend and oh, that'd be awesome, I want that, and they remember and then get it for you later as a gift? So my wife's super thoughtful about stuff like that, and one of the things that I mentioned was, hey, those black license plates that they have now that you can you pay an extra like $40 and you can get like an old time like heritage license plate in California.
Yeah, they're cool.
There's a few different variations. There's the black one. There's a royal blue one that has yellow letters. There's a few of them, and you can just, it's a nostalgia thing. It's a way to, whatever. It's a way
Yeah.
to keep up with the kind of.
They are very cool.
Yeah, they're cool. So I said, to her, the black one is really cool. That'd look really good on my car, my last car. I've since gotten it for my new car, but on my last car, I said that. And one year, I believe it was for Christmas, my wife, girlfriend at the
Who?
time, my wife, she was not my wife at the time. She presented me with the paperwork for that and said, here you go. And here's a check that goes with it. You just fill out all this paperwork and send it in. I said, great.
Very sweet.
And I think we've talked about this on the show before, but I'll actually do the physical show and tell this time. A few months later at my apartment where Caelan and I live together, as a matter of fact, I got some mail and this showed up.
Very cool.
Cool Joe.
Oh, nice, dude.
Now,
So
Over the
what?
years-
Describe it, because people are still listening through audio.
Right. So it's a 6-digit license plate that's black with yellow letters, and it says C. In fact, what it says is C001JO. But in this style of license plate, you absolutely can't tell the difference between zeros and O's. There's nothing that differentiates them. So it looks sort of like Cool Joe, or like you're attempting to write Cool Joe.
It looks a lot like Cool Joe.
Yeah.
It sure does. But, this was a random license plate. I know for a fact it was, because of the way I applied for it. But later, a few years later, we held a Corolla drinks event at a restaurant in Burbank, and I found Cool Ho, which is far worse and made me feel a lot better about the scenario. I have a picture of it somewhere on my phone. It was on a tan-colored Porsche.
Awesome.
It was just like this with an H instead where the J was.
Oh,
that
dude.
one's a lot worse and made me feel better about it. But over the years, I've probably had six or 8 different celebrities make fun of me about it, because people would inevitably be like, "What's your license plate mean, bro?" And then I was like, it's not personalized. Like, I don't know. It was random. And, I think it was the funniest thing.
Sure it was.
Yeah, sure it is, Joe.
Randy Couture spent about 3 minutes making fun of it, which doesn't sound like a long time, but like, this was about the 50th conversation I had about it. This gentleman could just end my life at any given moment if I wanted. So to sit there as you get berated over this thing that you desperately don't want to talk about anymore. But there you go. Cool Joe.
I love it.
No, it's cool that you got it, dude.
You
can
should
hang
gift
on
it
your
to.
wall.
You should gift it to Joe Coy.
Yeah.
Ah.
I did offer it to Joe at one point. He kind of chuckled. Yeah, no, it's going in the garage, Dawson. I had a fight with the CarMax people when I sold my car. I told them I was taking that, and they were like, "That's not how it works." And I went, "Well,
And you're like, well, whatever.
I already have my
You
money,
can
and I
either fuck
have."
off or I'll,
Well, my argument to them was, this is a personalized, maybe not personalized in the sense that it says like Gary's car, but it is a more expensive version of the license plate. I purchased it, therefore I own it,
Yeah.
and ultimately that got them to back off.
I love it. All right, that was a great show and tell, guys.
That was a really solid show and tell, guys. Everybody's was really good.
All right, let's get our plugs in before we get out of here. Start off reverse show and tell order. Gary.
Just a big shout out to the whole Watercooler community for supporting Chunk Nibbles
Yes.
and using that Woof Woof product code. I apparently did spell it wrong, as mentioned in Wednesday's episode. And the person who had alerted me to it on Twitter then yelled at me and told me that I called him out. I never used his name, so I don't know what kind of a call out that is, but code is in fact WOOF with no space, just 8 letters in a row. And that is the code to save 10% off for Watercooler listeners only. And I'll keep trying to retweet them, but Jesus, there's so many people being supportive. I feel like my entire Twitter feed is about Chunk Nibbles now. And
Same.
I couldn't be happier about it. So thank you guys very, very much.
That's right. And make sure you use that promo code Woof Woof if you want your Chunk Nibbles at chunknibbles.com. All right, Matt, what about you?
Well, you can follow me on Twitter at Matt Fondiler.
Will do.
Mentioned it earlier, but maybe for Dawson in particular, if you're looking for something to watch and you want to see that Dr. Dre thing, I just looked it up. It's called The Defiant Ones.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
a 4.4-part doc on HBO, and it's fucking dope. So I will promote that. It needs my help. And I'll also just say that Sword and Scale, the true crime show that I work for, they just released a COVID crimes episode, like coronavirus crimes. Everybody's in quarantine right now, and there's apparently true crime has not stopped at all. So I thought that was kind of
no.
interesting. So that episode's available now, and I've been alluding to the fact that I've got a couple coming out soon. I'll keep you posted on that.
Love it. All right, Gary, what was so funny?
Yeah.
Ringo got up on the couch behind Caelan.
Yeah.
And I forgot what my reality was. And I looked over my shoulder because I thought there was an animal in my office. My own pure stupidity. I was just sorry. I didn't
Oh,
mean
that's great.
screw up
You're
your
gonna have
plug.
to watch this video on YouTube to see Gary's
That's
reaction.
hilarious.
Caelan, oh no, not Caelan. Dawson. So about you.
So I saw that Mark Garrigus tweeted out making cocktails from Engine Company 29 in downtown Los Angeles.
28.
And now you can because of this quarantine, you can order cocktails, mixed cocktails, drinks from restaurants along with your food. And so my honest and sincerest plug is Engine Company 29 is the best diner food you've ever had. 28?
28.
Engine Company 28, sorry. It's the best. It's the only engine company in LA.
Do not go to 29.
No, don't go to 29. It's
Except
one
no,
Lauda.
except no imposters.
Right. Sorry, Engine Company 28. You can get cocktails there. The fish and chips is amazing. Meatloaf is really, really good. They got fried chicken. They got all this awesome stuff. They deliver it. And I talked to Mark the other night and said, why aren't we supplying you with Mangria so you can make Mangria signature cocktails and deliver them to your people? And he's like, I love it. Great idea. So I plugged all that shit up. And hopefully in the next week or so, you will be able to get Mangria cocktails at Engine Company 28.
I'll give you a sneak peek, Dawson, into tomorrow's Reasonable Doubt. You will, in fact, be able to get them. Mark plugged it at the end of Reasonable Doubt. Check that out tomorrow, wherever you get podcasts, or at Adam Carolla, the youtube.com/Adam Carolla. You can watch it. But that was Mark's plug at the end, and he mentioned you by name.
That ball is rolling, and the real thing here, though, is if you live in Los Angeles and you're looking for mom on her best day as far as cooking goes, Engine Company 28. It's so good.
There you go. Definitely go. I go there. I also play there every New Year's Eve. Throw a rager, and you know what? I got a new song in my arsenal that I will be playing. This New Year's Eve.
You better tell Jen to be careful, though. You play that in front of a large crowd, you're gonna get some bras thrown at you, man. Respect all women. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I agree. I definitely want to thank 10-year-old Matt for the lob for the alley-oop and for show and tell. Also,
so good.
If you want to get any beer in Long Beach, check out Ambitious Ales. I've plugged them many times, but they do to-goes and get some crowlers, some mix and match. Ambitious Ales in Long Beach. Very, very good beer. The best beer I've ever had. And I think you will truly enjoy it. Try they have a really good coffee blonde called Central Perk. And also I got one called Parasayo, which is made out of calamansi juice. It's a sour.
How is that legal?
How's what legal?
Call it Central Perk.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer.
Let's not bring that up.
I'm not a lawyer. I'm a doctor.
It's very
Mike
good.
Dawson, MD.
Yeah. All right, Caelan. Oh, great. We made Caelan go last. What are you gonna plug now?
I'm gonna plug nothing. Don't worry about me.
Wow. All right. Well, great show, guys. Give it up for yourselves.
Really good.
Thank you to the Bobo Boys listening. Oh, before we get out of here, I want to remind, or maybe even alert people, we're gonna try to do a trivia night.
Not try. We're doing it.
We are. Yeah, exactly. We are gonna do a trivia night. We're gonna invite all the listeners to join us virtually, and it's gonna be a big hang trivia night. We'll have fun. We'll have cocktails. We'll cheers. We'll kibitz. We'll do everything.
Hey, I want your opinion. So for the listeners, we were talking before this. We did do a tiny production meeting while we waited for everyone to sign on. And Chris was saying that there's an option to do teams, and we could do the water cooler guys as a team, or we could all break off and have the water cooler guys be team captains and have listeners on our teams. And I said to Chris that if I end up with a bunch of dummies on my team and start losing, I'm going to get mean about it.
Yeah.
So what do you guys want to do with that in mind?
I'm still just confused on how a team can communicate within themselves. Maybe still be hearing the group too.
I'm trusting our faithful leader has that figured out. If he's told us he can do teams, he's got something in mind.
Yeah,
all right.
I agree. So just stay tuned. Follow us on social, and we'll also keep everybody updated. But we will be doing it maybe even next week. We'll figure it all out. So just stay tuned.
We may do a test round where we don't do teams. It's just all of us.
Yeah,
and then you guys, the listeners, can decide they're going to jump on a team.
Yeah.
And you can just root for us.
We just want to hang. That's all. So one night, maybe even multiple nights. We'll figure it out. But stay tuned and get ready. All right, that'll do for Watercooler. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great weekend. We love you.